Let the record show a quorum of board members is present and that this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Opens Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. We do not have any people here to speak, so we will go right to our agenda, which is to announce the naming of our lone finalists for the position of superintendent of schools. And I'm going to just read something that, because I didn't want to make sure that I included everything that you might want to know. So following a comprehensive search of dozens of qualified candidates from across Texas, the EMS ISD Board of Trustees is pleased to announce that we have unanimously selected, pending our vote, of course, motion and vote, a veteran educator, Jerry D. Hollingsworth, Dr. Jerry D. Hollingsworth, as the lone finalist for Eagle Mountain Saginaw ISD Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Hollingsworth currently serves as superintendent in Waxahachie ISD, where since taking the top role in 2021, he has led key initiatives to define the district's strategic focus and core values, plan and prepare for student enrollment growth, align instructional best practices and professional development, and strengthen collaborative teams across district programs for the benefit of students and staff. Prior to his tenure in Waxahachie, Hollingsworth served 3 years as superintendent in Bandera ISD. He holds a bachelor's degree from Texas Christian University and earned his master's and doctorate degrees from the University of North Texas. His 31-year career began teaching U.S. government and Spanish in Hurst-Euless Bedford ISD, followed by positions as assistant principal at the middle and high school levels and high school principal in Stephenville, Carroll ISD, and Grapevine Colleyville. He also has extensive leadership experience at the district executive level, serving as associate superintendent in Burleson ISD and as executive director of instructional leadership in Grapevine Colleyville ISD. Throughout our interview and selection process this fall, the EMS ISD trustees relied heavily on feedback from all stakeholder focus groups and online community surveys as we evaluated applicants. The board pledged early in the process that community input would be vital in the search for our next superintendent, and we hope you know we took the commitment very seriously. Prior to deciding on the lone finalist, trustees compared each candidate with the key priorities the community identified as important for the next district leader. Dr. Hollingsworth has a proven track record as a collaborative leader focused on building cultures that support student growth and achievement, staff resources and well-being, and opportunities for family engagement. He is well-versed in all aspects of leading schools and districts in today's dynamic K-12 environment, including extensive knowledge in curriculum and instructional practices, as well as school finance and budgeting. He believes decisions should be student-centered and that resources and training should support staff in their professional growth and well-being. He is known for his thoughtful, collaborative, and heartfelt leadership. He is personable and approachable, and it's clear that he truly cares clear that he truly cares about students, staff, and families. He and his wife of more than 28 years, Ginger, have 3 sons. Wyatt and his wife, Talon, both recent graduates of Texas Tech University. Lane, also a graduate of Texas Tech, and Clayton, who is a high school junior. We are very excited to offer this up, and I would entertain a motion.
I want to make a motion to name Dr. Jerry Hollingsworth, the lone finalist for the position of the superintendent of schools as presented.
Discussion? Anybody have discussion? You want a second? I'm sorry. Yeah, I need a second for that, don't I? Okay. Okay. So motion by Steve, second by Paige. Any discussion or any comments at all from the board?
Well, I think you described the process very well as we went through the process of narrowing down the candidates and then finally selecting Dr. Hollingsworth. You know, we did go over the community and the staff and the characteristics and the character that they were looking for a superintendent and everything, the surveys that we had done. You know, we felt like he was a teacher and then an assistant principal and then a principal and then in leadership and had been a superintendent in 2 different districts. So I think we felt that the criteria also supported that as our selection. So I just wanted to make those points before we vote.
And I just would add a thank you. I know many in this room here today and many across the district were served on that, took time to serve on those committees, took time to fill out that survey, and they really did rely on the community input. So we appreciate your involvement in the process.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
I want to say that one thing that I learned in this process was in all the candidates that we interviewed and spoke with, that we are a highly sought after district, that we're doing things right, and the candidates that applied for this job, and I was really pleased with the number of candidates and the quality of candidates that applied, and they were seeking us. And I thought that was really encouraging, that we're on the right track. And then, as you know, the process whittled down to Dr. Hollingsworth, it became, for me, very clear really early that we had some really strong candidates, but he was head and shoulders the best fit for us, for this district. So it was really encouraging, I thought.
Thank you. Anybody else? I would echo that. We had a very strong outpouring of applications. Very, very, very qualified applications. So it was not an easy task. It took us some time and lots of late hours and soul searching. But we are excited. I have spoken with him briefly. He is excited for the 21 days. Of course, now we have the 21 days to wait and have all the appropriate things checked and all the checks and balances done. But he is our lone finalist. So is there anything else, Tim? Jim has something.
I'll make a couple of comments. I've sat where y'all are sitting myself, and wanting to know who's coming in here to do what. And being on the committee, I think you'll find that he's very approachable. He'll listen, and I think you'll be very happy and satisfied on what kind of leadership style he'll prove to be for each one of you, because all of y'all are in different parts of the buildings and you do different things. So, and your stuff's just as important as anybody else's. And I think you'll see that Dr. Hollingsworth you'll feel that when you talk to him. And I think you'll be very comfortable approaching him as your new superintendent.
Anything else? Dr. Chadwell, would you like to talk about the 21-day process? I'm happy to. You
now
can.
or after the vote?
No, let's vote. Let's vote. Okay. So I have a motion by Steve, second by Paige. All in favor? Motion carries 7-0 unanimously. Thank you very much. Okay.
So the 21-day waiting period, I know the board knows this, but just for those of you that are here, that's part of state law. It's required. Tomorrow would act as day one. If you go 21 days later, we're right in the middle of Thanksgiving week, which I'll break it to you. We're not going to come back, I don't believe, unless the board calls us to come back on that Tuesday during Thanksgiving break. So there'll be a meeting the following Monday. And so it'll be 21 days plus. The other thing, just a couple things that I wanted to say. I've known Dr. Hollingsworth since I worked at Grapevine Colleyville. I was the deputy superintendent there while he was the principal at Grapevine High School. Worked very closely together on a number of projects like you do when you're in that role, and with your principals, and always found him to be a person of great integrity and had great respect for him, had a great working relationship, and really appreciated the heart that he went into his work. It doesn't hurt that he went to TCU, although he's, kids going to tech. That's okay though. No offense, no offense, John. Just kidding. But anyway, we've always had a really good relationship through these years, and I'm thankful that the district will continue to be led, and I look forward to helping him in the transition. And so after that 21 days, he will be working with his school district. We'll be working here to work on a transition plan. I promised all of you that are in this room when we met, and I told you that I would be retiring, that I would work to make sure that there be a handhold between my leadership and the next person's leadership. That commitment remains true. Whatever that date is, we don't know yet, but when that date is, it'll be very clean and making sure that we do everything we need to do to keep our work going forward. I hope you felt that, because sometimes, as Mr. Dockery said, it feels weird when you're on that side of it, not knowing what's going to happen. So I hope you felt that comfort, and just know going forward, that's what we'll do, because we got a lot of work to do. So, and we'll continue to. And I want to thank the board for their time, an incredible amount of time to go through the amount of information they've gone through to make the best decision for the district. And I trust their decision to move us forward in this community, a community I'll continue to live in and believe in. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Seeing there's no further business to come before this board, I move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion by Steve, second by Ron. All in favor? 7-0. Meeting adjourned at 3:09. Thank you very much for coming. Welcome. Appreciate it.